Okay, you asked for it a lot. It's definitely one of the most popular flavours we do here at Crumbs and Doilies, and it's obviously your favourite too. So I think it's about time I showed you how to make the perfect red velvet cupcake. What is a red velvet cupcake? Well, it's a vanilla cupcake with a hint of cocoa, and it's made with buttermilk and vinegar, so it's a little bit tart. It's got a little bit of salt in there too. It's sweet, it's creamy because of the cream cheese icing, so it's got a bit of everything basically, and it's also red. I don't know why, but it is, and it's delicious. So without further delay, let's get started. Right, my first top tip is to have all your ingredients weighed and measured in front of you so you're not scrabbling around when you're doing it so it doesn't get all messy. And now I'm going to start. So I've got 235 grams of self-raising flour, and I'm just going to put that in a sieve into my mixing bowl. Then I've got 15 grams of cocoa powder, which is about 2 tablespoons. Make sure it's really good quality. Then we've got 250 grams of caster sugar. And then 3/4 teaspoon of salt. So just shuffle that all through the sieve together. And then I've got 270 grams of unsalted butter, which is soft, lovely and soft, so room temperature, but squishy. And then 4 large free-range eggs. Right, I'm just going to mix that with my mixer. Just start on a low speed and then increase it to about a medium speed and mix for about 1 minute. Right, so that's had a minute. Now I need to add a couple more things. So I've got 3 tablespoons of buttermilk, and to that I'm going to add about a teaspoon of red colouring paste. The liquid stuff isn't going to be strong enough for this recipe, so try and get hold of paste. I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Get the mixer going on a minimum speed again and just pour all of that stuff in. And turn it up a little bit and just mix it for about 20 seconds. I'm just going to turn it down to minimum, and I've got 3/4 teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda and 1.5 teaspoons of cider vinegar, and I'm going to add one to the other. And it starts to fizz up, which is the reaction that we want. So just give it a little shuffle and then pour it all in while it's going round and round. And then give it a little blast, but not too much. And stop it and finish it by hand. So you don't want to over mix your red velvet batter. Okay, and we're done. So my batter's ready to go. I've got 2 prepared cupcake tins, and I'm going to just scoop away. So you want to fill them up about 3/4 of the way full. So once all your batter's in, pop them into the oven at 170 degrees C for about 22 minutes. Right, so while they're in the oven baking, I'm going to get on with the cream cheese icing, which is an essential part of a red velvet cupcake, and it's really, really easy. So I've got 150 grams of soft unsalted butter here. Just going to pop that in my mixer. And then 240 grams of full fat cream cheese. Pop that in there as well. And once they're in, just pop your paddle in and start beating it on a medium to high speed for about 30 seconds. Right, That's all nicely combined now, so I'm going to put the icing sugar in. And I've got 840 grams of sifted icing sugar, and I'm going to put it in 2 halves and beat really well in between each one. So start on a low speed, and then when it comes together, just speed it up to about a medium to high beat for a minute. Right, that's had 2 minutes beating on a medium to high speed, and it is just right. It's gone a really pale and really nice and kind of fluffy. It's not too stiff and not too loose. If it's too loose, just add a little bit more icing sugar, and if it's too stiff, then just pop a bit more cream cheese in it and it should loosen up just right. Put some cling film on that until you're ready to use it, otherwise it gets a bit crispy. And I'm just going to go and see if my cakes are ready. Now that my cakes are cooled down, I'm ready to ice them with my cream cheese icing, and I'm going to use a piping bag to do that. You can use whatever you like. If you haven't got a piping bag, just use a spoon or a palette knife. Either way, it doesn't matter as long as you get your cream cheese on your cake. Here we go. And now I just need to sprinkle them, so little hearts. Woo! Right. So if you've been baking along at home, you should be looking at 24 beautiful red velvet cupcakes, the king of the cupcake. It's moist, it's light, it's sweet with a bit of saltiness, and it's got that lovely cream cheese icing. It's a really perfectly balanced cupcake, and now it's yours because I've given you the recipe, so use it wisely. Well, I hope you liked that video. I enjoyed it because that means I get to eat 24 red velvet cupcakes, thank you. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, it's really easy, just click that link there, and I hope to see you next week for another amazing recipe.